So today we're talking about a bunch of camera gear that is totally worth purchasing, but even more so at the time of this recording, which is Black Friday. Now, if you're watching this in the future, it's still worth looking at because all of these pieces of gear that we're talking about today, I would happily pay full price for. But if you are watching this around the Black Friday time, check out the deals in the links below. Now, there are lots of other channels out there doing these sorts of videos recommending cameras and lenses that are currently on sale, so we're just going to look at a couple of other accessories for cameras that are typically things that are not very exciting to purchase but actually make a huge difference in your workflow. The first of which being SD cards. SD cards are one of those types of products that aren't very exciting to purchase, right? And they're usually quite expensive. But currently, almost all of the Lexar SD cards, which are the ones that I use, whether it's V30, V60 or V90, which we'll talk about in a second, most of them are on sale. I use Lexar SD cards for all of my recordings. I have the V90 card in here, this is a V60, and I have V30s as well. They're just fantastic cards and they've never failed me. Now, I also do have some SanDisk. SanDisk make great ones as well, and I think some of those are on sale, but I'll leave those in the links below. It's really important not to cheap out on memory cards and SD cards, not going for cheap like Walmart brands because they might fail. So it is definitely worth investing in higher end cards. Now, one thing you're going to want to be aware of is to make sure that you're buying the right card for your camera. For example, I'm filming on the FX30 right now, and if I wanted to film in 4K 120 on this camera, I need to be using the V90 card, which is currently being recorded to. I can't record to V30. That's the V and then the number 30, 60 or 90. That's basically just the speed that I can write to the card. Obviously, the higher quality of the video or the higher your frame rate, the more information is needing to be sent to your SD card, meaning you're going to need a faster card to read all of that data. Now, another great little product is actually something like this. These are just SD card holders, right? But they're also SD card readers at the same time. These are two different options. I'm going to talk about both of them separately, but this is one by PJY Tech. I think this is my favorite one. It's small, it's rugged, it's got like this rubber exterior. You pull it out like that, and it's got all the space that you need for SD cards and micro SD cards, and you can just pull out the little USB-C cable and plug that straight into your computer and be able to read the SD card straight from the SD card holder, which is really, really handy, and it cuts down the amount of products that you might need. This is currently on sale at the moment as well. It's normally $40, but I think it's down to about 30, maybe 31 bucks. And these are US numbers, by the way. So this thing is just incredibly handy. I keep this in my camera bag at all times, and it's just super, super handy. Now, Freewell also make one as well. So this is Freewell's one, and I do like this. It's a little bit bigger, but the one that I have here is their Pro card reader, and it's just got a bunch of different types of card slots. It's got SD cards, micro SDs, but it's also got some CFast slots, and they have different options available for different card types. It also has just so many different types of slots for your card reader, which is really handy. So if you do use different types of cameras with different types of media, this one is great. It comes in like, it's got this sort of metal plastic mixture of a case. It also it feels a little bit more solid, and it has a little strap thing on the top here, which is pretty handy if you're wanting to attach this to something. It is just a little bigger, so that's kind of why I tend to go with the PGY Tech one, and the Freewell one's just a little chunkier and doesn't quite fit in my camera bag at the moment, but both are fantastic. Now, another thing that you actually need to get your camera running are batteries. And recently I got sent a few batteries by Power Extra. These are just Sony batteries. They make these for a lot of different cameras. These are the Z100s that I use for all of my Sony cameras. And the reason I love these ones is they have a USB port on the bottom, USB-C, allowing you to charge the battery straight just from a cable. So if you're like me and it bothers you that all of the new Sony cameras don't come with a charger and you'd have to buy a charger, like a charging block separately, this is just really handy that you can plug the cable straight into the battery and charge it that way, and you don't need to worry about carrying around a full brick. All you need is a cable, which all of us tend to have in our camera bags anyway. And again, these are normally about $30. I think for a two pack, they're usually only $30, but they're down to like 23. So this is just super, super handy to have. Next, we have one of my favorite little products. I absolutely love this thing. This is a wireless microphone kit by Hollyland. It is the Lark M2. You've probably seen this before. It's basically one of these wireless transmission kits, right? You know, where it's got this little case, charges them. You've seen these before, like the Rode versions, the DJI versions. This is just an incredibly stripped back, incredibly simple kit for audio, right? So you can't plug microphones into these, that's the main difference with them, but they are so small and lightweight. Like, this is the microphone, that is it, and it's got a little magnet on the back, and you can just magnetically attach it to your shirt, and it doesn't weigh it down. It's super small, super simple, super lightweight. I have an entire video on this product, and I absolutely love them, and I recommend them to everybody. I've already picked up a couple more of these kits just to give to other people because they are so handy. I have a lot of friends here who are doing some photography and videography, and they're always looking for little things like this. The amount of people that I've let try this, and they're like, I have to get some of these. These are fantastic. It's just a great product. It's normally about $150, and it's currently on sale for just $100, which I think is an absolute bargain. But if you want to know more about these and hear the audio quality, you can check out the video up in this top corner, as I've got an entire dedicated video to these, so do check that out. These are probably my favorite audio system when it comes to wireless audio. If you're not using proper like XLR microphones, or you're looking for a wireless microphone setup, these are my favorite, simply just because of the size, the audio quality, and the simplicity. I just think they're great. But one of my absolute favorite camera accessories ever is this. This might look kind of strange and doesn't look anything like a camera product at all, but actually this is what is called a magic arm. Okay, so this is by SmallRig, and it is basically like a wibbly wobbly arm thing that has a clamp on one end, and then I have fall cams quick release system on the other end, which is also on sale currently for Black Friday. These are just incredible. Like a lot of times this replaces a tripod for me. If I'm out vlogging, or if I'm out, trying to take some photos or film something, I often will just stick one of these in my bag instead of a tripod if I'm really trying to save some space, because I can just clamp this to a branch or to a railing or to a stand or to a door, whatever I want to do. I can just clamp this on, slot the camera on here, tighten it down really well, and as long as your camera payload isn't too heavy, it won't be a problem. So this can just sit and act as a tripod or something like that. It is just so versatile. Even if you're wanting to build it up into like a vlogging style setup, where you're wanting to like hold the camera out, you could just do it with this and just hold it like that, and it would work just fine. I just think it's incredibly beneficial. I have about 6 of these, just scattered all around the office, being used for different things, and I just think that it's an absolutely fantastic product that everybody could use. Now this alone, right, so this is the clamp with one end and a little ball head on the other, is usually about $30, and I think it's down to about $20 at the moment if you're interested in checking that out during Black Friday sales, and it's just incredibly valuable. I'm a big fan. You can just use it for so much stuff. They're very secure. You can get really cheap versions of these, but obviously I would recommend getting a higher end version, just because, especially the more weight that you're putting on it, the more you want to just make sure that you're not cheaping out on that sort of thing. So SmallRig are kind of my favorite sort of cost to performance of these sorts of things, so I'd highly recommend them. The quick release, on the other hand, this is by Fallcam or Ulanzi, and it's just a little quick release system, and honestly, at first I was a little skeptical about this, but I absolutely love it. I think it's great, and it's just a little quick release system that slots on and off your camera, and it's got a couple of little screws on the bottom. So I just attach this on the end of that arm, and then I can just pop the camera on, pop it off whenever I need it. And the kit comes with like a little plate that just goes on the bottom of your camera. It just sits like that, and then all you have to do is, whenever you have your little plate like that, you just slide it on, and it pops into place. And that's it. It's not coming off anywhere. It's really securely locked in there. You just press the button and it comes out. I think that's fantastic. It's really simple and easy to use. I am now kind of switching all of my stuff over to this. It's just so handy how quick and easy that is, and it is really secure. Like, it does not budge. So highly recommend these little Ulanzi plates. They sent me one of their tripods a while ago that had this plate on it. I actually don't recommend that tripod, but that's for another video. But I love this little plate, so I ended up going out and picking up a few more of these myself. So if you want to know about that tripod, let me know in the comments down below, because I think it's a bit of a waste of money, but that's for another time. Right, just the last couple of products that I want to round up that are just so handy to have in your camera bag. I've got a camera bag video coming out here soon, and most of these are actually in it, but we're going to go over that again. V-mount batteries. I love V-mount batteries, right? This is a new one by SmallRig. It's tiny. It's a little 50 watt-hour V-mount battery, and it's super small, super thin, takes up like no space in your bag whatsoever, super lightweight, and this is down to like $90 at the moment or something like that, 95 maybe. They sent this one through to me for review, and then I saw just yesterday that these are on sale, and I've ordered 2 more because they are so handy to have. I have their 99 watt-hour one, which is a lot bigger and a lot, does a whole lot more, but the size of this for what it can do is just so handy. You can charge your phone, you can charge your camera accessories, you can power your laptop. It charges up super fast because it's got that quick charging USB-C port on it. It's just so handy, these sorts of things, and for only $90, it's just fantastic. This could replace any sort of battery bank that you might have. I think it's just great. So that's a list of the products that I have that are about $100 or less that I just think are really handy to have. We're about to get into a few more products that are Above that, we're talking sort of $200 to $500 type of range, but I still think are really worth picking up. So if you're looking for a couple of small little things that are just gonna be really nice to have in your camera bag, check out those things that we've just talked about. But now we're getting into some of the nicer things, and this is one of my absolute favorites. This is my favorite camera monitor, and it's by Portkeys. It's actually a 7-inch monitor, but for a 7-inch monitor, it's quite small, right? It's got a very fine bevel edge. It just looks really sleek. You know what I mean? Like it's just a very pretty looking monitor. It is the LH7P, I believe it's called. It runs off of NPF batteries, as most monitors tend to do. It's touchscreen, it's bright. My two favorite things about this monitor in particular are well, first off, it has all the monitor features that you could ever possibly need, so you don't need to worry about that. But one of the things is the HDMI port is on the bottom, which is, I hate it when HDMI ports pop out the side and it's all over the place. I really like having the HDMI port on the bottom, and this isn't just a monitor, it is also a wireless controller for most cameras. So for example, most of the Sony cameras, this can actually control wirelessly, and it just connects to the camera either via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, depending on the camera and the brand that you're using. On the website or on the Amazon page, it has a whole list of all the cameras that it works with, but it's just fantastic. You can use this to control your camera aperture, ISO, white balance, focus, everything, all from the monitor. If you want to know more about this, let me know in the comments below and I'll do a full review on this product. But I just figured it's worth mentioning. It's normally $350, which I realize could be quite a lot of money to some people. It's actually not that much as far as monitors go, but it's down to $280 right now, which for a monitor is a good price. Never mind a monitor that also does wireless control, and it's 7-inch and it's well built. Excellent monitor for the price. If you're looking for a monitor for your camera, I really cannot recommend this more. I think it's the perfect size. It's a 7-inch screen, but it's not a huge monitor in and of itself. I love this thing, and I use it on almost every single camera rig that I'm going to be building from here on out. Now the last thing I'm going to mention is actually a lens, and this lens is by Sirui, and it is the 75mm f1.2. Now I have this for Sony, for the Sony APS-C system. This is an APS-C lens, so they have it in a few different mounts, but this is by far the best portrait lens for the Sony APS-C system that I've ever used. My wife, who mainly does the photography for our content creation business, she absolutely adores this lens, especially on the A6700. It is a fantastic pairing. 75mm at f1.2, and the quality of this lens is just phenomenal. The colors are really nice, the background blur is beautiful, the compression's really nice, autofocus is flawless, which I can't say about the rest of this lens set. So if you're looking for a lens set, I probably wouldn't go with this, but if you're just looking for a portrait lens for like weddings or for portraits in general, this thing is fantastic for any APS-C camera, as long as it's got the mount that you're looking for. Now this lens is normally $400, which I think is a fantastic price for this lens, full price, but currently on Black Friday it is 20% off, bringing it down to $320. That's $80 off an already very well priced lens. I really do think this is a great option for anybody looking to get into portrait photography or videography. All of the photos that I've been shown on the screen are all with this and the A6700 or the ZV-E10 Mark II. Fantastic lens. Definitely consider checking this one out if that is the type of lens that you're looking for, that kind of compression. So there you have it. There's kind of like my list of camera gear that I actually use on a regular basis that is currently on sale. I was looking around the rest of my studio at other pieces of gear, a lot of which is also on sale, but it's just stuff that I don't actually use, so I don't necessarily think I'm going to recommend to you guys. But this is stuff that I use almost on a daily basis, that I love, that I think is fantastic, and is on sale right now. So even if the sales are over and you're watching this video after the fact, all of these products that I mentioned I think are worth every penny of them full price. But if you are watching this at the time of the sale, definitely check those out in the links down below. Obviously that does help with the channel. The reason you're seeing a lot of these types of videos pop up is because affiliate links, they do help generate some money. And if you want to know a little bit more about making money on YouTube, check out this video. This is a little old, but just to give you a bit of a taste of what kind of money you can make as a YouTuber, even with a very small channel. So I'd appreciate you checking out all of those things. All the links in the description down below, all the videos that are connected to this one. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed the video, do hit the like button and maybe even subscribe as we continue to build this channel. I appreciate all of you for doing so, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.